Hi folks, this is Jay. Hope you're okay today. It's good to see you. I just want to talk about evolution and altruism. Those who don't know what altruism is, it means selflessness. A lot of atheists and evolutionists kind of think that they've explained morality away with their theories of altruism. So what they'll say is we can look at animals the way animals kind of show sacrifice for each other as groups, etc. And so altruism really is a way of protecting the species, of maintaining that groups will survive in the future, and this is just part of the evolutionary process. But the thing is that when you look into the subject, it's much more complex than the evolutionist or the atheist actually realised. So I'm going to ask some questions for you, those who are professional biologists and those who are atheists on YouTube, who kind of push out this altruism argument against Christianity, saying we don't need Christianity or religion to explain morality, we can explain it through altruism. So some of the questions that I'm going to ask you as biologists and as a sort of activist atheist is the concept of altruism. Where did that come from? Did it come from culture, or did it come from scientific language? You see, I think if you were to look into it, you will find that the word altruism, the concept behind it, comes from Western culture. So basically you're using a Western cultural concept and imposing it on your scientific method. So if you'd like to unpack that, I'd be very interested to hear how you separate Western culture, which, whether you like it or not, has been influenced by Christianity. So the concept of selflessness is something that is ingrained in Western culture. So when you as scientists, biological scientists, and when you as atheists start using the word altruism, the idea behind it is borrowed from Western culture. Unpack that for me. Tell me and show me it is not. Second question is the complexity of altruism in terms of religion. The way a Buddhist understands altruism is not the same as Christianity. The way Christianity understands altruism is not the same as the Muslim. And the way the Muslim understands altruism is not the same as the Jew. And within each of those groups, the Buddhist, the Muslim, the Jew, the Christian, and any other religious group, there are subgroups. So within Christian group, there are the Pentecostals, the Protestants, the Catholics, the Neo-Orthodox, Greek Orthodoxy, and each one of them all have different understandings of selflessness. So how does your model of altruism fit all the different views and understandings of altruism in religions? Show me your evidence, your scientific evidence, that they are all connected. Third question is, if morality is just about altruism, then basically it's two issues there. One is morality is formed by social consensus, so therefore there's no absolute morality. Morality is just a case of what one society says, and another society might take another different position. So therefore, as an evolutionist and an atheist, you've relativized morality. Are you saying that it's okay as a society to have relative values? How does societal societal collectivism in terms of morality? How does that work? How do you know that that society has the right morality? And then the other issue is about taste. If morality is about altruism and it's an evolutionary biological phenomena, then morality is about the way you're programmed, your particular biological taste. But if one person has a biological taste for altruism and another person has a biological taste for murder, then how can you say the person who has a particular biological taste, or a society that has a particular biological taste for murder, is not correct? Who gets to arbitrate and why? If you say, well, we can actually develop some kind of evolutionary model of morals using someone like Sam Harris's model, say suffering could be a benchmark, a scientific benchmark. How does that work in terms of the complexity of life? For example, if we say that morality is based on whether it makes people suffer or not, what about a group of people who like to whip themselves sexually, get turned on by that? How do you arbitrate scientifically for that? To say they shouldn't do it, or they should do it because it harms them. They shouldn't do it because it harms them, but they think it's okay. How does science work in that context? And also, in the rape of a child, we know that doing that would be terrible. We know that that is disgusting. Do you need science to tell you that? Or have you not got a conscience that tells you that something like that is reprehensible? So doesn't it make Sam Harris's position superfluous? So those are questions for you evolutionists, especially if you're professional biologists, to sit down and think about those questions. And also there are questions for the popular atheist